Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, this Mercury retrograde will be from February 17th to March 10th, and this reading will be about how it will be affecting you, what you need to watch out for. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in and see how this retrograde will be affecting you, Aquarius. And do know that this retrograde ends in Aquarius, so it will have its moments of being rather intense for you. How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? How will Aquarius be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Okay, right here, the owl spirit. You see clearly now. You're going to be seeing things a lot more clearly because of this retrograde. It's very interesting. How will Aquarius be affected by this Mercury retrograde? February 17th to March 10th, 2020. How will Aquarius be affected by this Mercury retrograde? February 17th to March 10th, 2020. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Show me clearly, show me clearly. Right here we have inspiration, and this one right here, nurturing. It's going to be a time of nurturing your inspiration. Do know that if you are creative, or during this time it's going to be intense. It is going to be intense because when your inspiration is nurtured, it's usually let's look at the cards. Let's look at the cards before we go ahead. What Spirit is saying, because it'll make more sense. How will Aquarius be affected by this Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? How will Aquarius be affected by this Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Fantastic. At the heart of everything, 10 of Cups. That is like the most wonderful card you can get in the Minor Arcana. That's beautiful. Crowned by the King of Coins, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Temperance card right here, also a Sagittarian energy. Time frame November 22nd to December 21st. You have the Emperor, fire sign energy, which is an Aries. March 21st, there we go, March 21st to April 19th. The Two of Swords, feeling like you're at a crossroads, but also feeling like there's two main roads to go by. The High Priestess, I love that. And the King of Cups, okay, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Page of Cups, oh, I like that. The Nine of Clubs, all right. And the Wheel of Fortune, oh, I like that. There's a lot of emotion in this reading, and there's a lot of emotion in this retrograde for you. There's a lot of emotion in your life anyway, Aquarius. So know that during this time you will be feeling things a lot more intensely, and emotions may be running a bit high, but also emotions are going to play a key part in why you do things, or what you're looking at, or how you want to move forward. So we have here the Owl Spirit, which says you see clearly now. You do see clearly now what you want, what you desire, what you're hoping to succeed at, what you're hoping to achieve. So there is clear sight coming through this retrograde. Now, a Mercury retrograde, all retrogrades have you focus on what that planet represents. With Mercury, this planet represents communication. Now, everybody gets scared of it, because communication is so much of what we do. We communicate with one another all the time. We communicate with ourselves with what we want. So here, when Mercury goes into retrograde, there we go, there is this sense of communication being turned on its head. But it's also a time to really look at communication and what you want to communicate with the world more clearly, more truthfully, and more honestly with yourself. And so clear sight is going to be leading you forward. It leads you to being inspired. It does. And yes, true inspiration comes through hard times. It comes through conquering. It comes through looking at the world differently and maybe feeling like an outsider at times. So it's letting yourself be inspired, and it's letting yourself know that sometimes the road will be hard. Sometimes things will be overwhelming, but you are moving forward towards this inspiration. Now, this is the sacral chakra. This is flexibility, creativity. Relationships are going to be key during this time. Karmic patterns, your health within relationships, like healthy relationships, are going to be important to you. Of course, this makes sense, but Spirit is saying you're going to see toxic relationships come out a bit more clearly during this retrograde, so be warned about this. This is about sensual and sexual pleasure, about passion and fulfillment. So here, there are going to be things that come out, but the sacral chakra is also where we store a lot of our negativity from this life and from past lives. And so you might find yourself, Aquarius, having really honest and blunt conversations with yourself about where you want to be, about how you want to move forward, about what you desire from your life. Healing and cleansing your sacral chakra, absolutely beneficial to you during this time, but also listening to the information that Spirit gives you through your dreams. Okay, dreams can become very intense during this time, through your personal connection with Spirit, right? This can be a fantastic time to really learn how to listen to Spirit, because listening and communication is going to be key. And for a lot of you Aquarians, this is going to be the more psychic element of communication. This is going to be more intuitive. You might find that you have lucid dreams, very much so during this time, nurturing what you desire, nurturing the way that you want to move forward. This is the Earth Star Chakra. This is located 6 inches below your feet. This is about rebirth. This is about rejuvenation. This is about vitality and stability. So you're really coming into your own during this time, and you're nurturing what you want. Listening and communicating is going to be key. What you listen to, okay, you're going to find that things get mumbled, all right? Things get jumbled. What people are hearing and what you're actually saying can be two very, very different things. And this is why listening is going to be key during this time. Listening to the way they interpret what you're saying, from being at home to being at work to being at school, any aspect of your life, being out with friends, you might very well find that what they're hearing and what you're saying can be very different, and it can cause rifts between you. Now, communication, you're going to have an intuitive, instinctive feel about things during this time. And Spirit is really saying, go with your gut. Go with your gut feeling. Go with this intuitive reaction to things, but also know that during this time, you can get things mumbled. You can get things jumbled. So saying, okay, where is this person coming from? And also break it down in your head. The person might be really snippy, and people can get really snippy during Mercury retrogrades. You might see them getting snippy right now. And it's because, things are being thrown out of whack, and it depends on how sensitive they are, how much you are impacted by this time. So if you're a very sensitive person, Aquarius, and you usually run towards the sensitive side anyway, this can be a very intense time for you, communicating what you want and making sure that you are being as clear as possible, and knowing that during this time, communications can be jumbled, but I do see you communicating more deeply and more truly with Spirit. Now, this leads you to the 10 of Cups. This is happiness, this is joy, this is prosperity, this is success, this is love coming into your life. This is like, yes, this is what I want. And that's at the heart of this retrograde, because it is bringing you inspiration. It is having you see things more clearly. It is being very empowering to you, but it's paired with the 9 of Clubs, which in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is the person with their head, bandaged, their arm in a sling, the wands behind them, using one wand as, kind of a walking stick in order to help them, because they're so battered and bruised. If you try to listen to what everybody is saying, if you try to be everything to everyone, you will fail. It's like, period, end of discussion. And I don't mean that to be blunt or to be rude. I mean that to say, you cannot hold the burdens of everyone on your shoulders, because it will become too much for you. It will be. You'll sit there and you'll try to please everyone. And people will say stupid things during this time. I mean, seriously, they will say things and they'll think they're being funny, or they'll just be being grouchy. And you'll look at it and you'll look at that person and be like, what the heck? Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to be so rude? Why did you have to be so mean? And you're going to find that, first of all, it's going to clarify things for you. It's going to let you know the buttons that you're sensitive about, but it's also going to let you know where to put down your foot. for yourself and say, you know what, these words, they're words, okay? Unless you've been in the arena of my life, unless you've done what I've done, shut up. And I know that's mean to say, we're not supposed to say shut up. It's rude. But seriously, I would say that in your head. It's like you could scream in your head, like, who the heck are you to tell me? And that's going to alleviate some of the tension. It really is. Because in your head, you're like, oh, so frustrated. And then you sit there and you look at the person and you're like, listen, they're going through their own stuff. They are. So immediately just let it go. And it's so easy to say, just let it go. Know that their words do not have any power over you unless you give them power. That's really easy to say, but words hurt. And words can sometimes ache way longer than, broken bones can, So here, or bruises can. So here, know that it's going to be hard, it is, but you have such brilliant joy at your heart right here that this has me excited. This has me excited because yes, you have twists, you have turns, you have the King of Coins, and you have the Page of Cups. Earth sign energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and water sign energies, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, playing a big part during this time. I mean, you have the King of Cups right here. You have Sagittarius energy. You have Aries energy. So fire signs are going to be a big thing for you too, but also your passion is going to be running high. You're going to really be looking at what you're planting. Think of the coins as seeds to plant in your garden for what you want to develop within your life. So there's prosperity, there's success, but there's also a talking with spirit that's going to be so important to you during this time. Self-care, okay? Self-care, taking time, Aquarius, to be able to pamper yourself just a bit. It's really going to help you move forward. It's really going to help you see what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, and have a quiet moment. If you can kind of carve out quiet moments for yourself during this retrograde, you will find that you come out so much better than you went in. Because this retrograde is really having you look at communication, having you look at what you desire, what you want, what you talk about, what's important to you. And as you're looking at it, you have the king here. You have two kings. I mean, do you have a queen? No, you don't. There is the sense, you have the kings, you have the emperor. There is a sense very much that you're seen during this time. Now, you have the high priestess, so you're going to want to be more behind the scenes. You're going to be looking at deeper mysteries, but people are really taking note of you. Note of your prosperity, note of your abundance, note of what you love and what you desire to create within your life. And as they do so, and as you're looking at things, you're looking at, the crossroads that are coming up. And you really see things as having two options. And I'm going to say, you're not really thrilled about either of them. It's like, as you're moving forward, is there more burdens put on your shoulders? You're looking at things and you're trying to figure out which way to move forward that is best for you, that is right for you. And as you are looking at what you desire, as you're looking at what you want, you're going to see a third option arise. Why? Because you're really looking at the way that you're communicating with yourself, that you're communicating with spirit, you're listening to the people around you, but you're not taking what they say personally, because if you take what they say personally, oh, that's it. If you keep yourself at your heart, you have the 10 of Cups. You have prosperity, love, success, bounty, completion of cycles, beauty comes in. If you look at what everybody else is saying and you say, okay, I have to follow what they're saying, there's confusion, there's overwhelming. You feel battered, you feel bruised, you think, can I move forward the way that I want to? And here you're going to see that these two roads, you're going to meet somewhere in the middle. You're going to see another option arise that has you going more towards what you love, what you want, which seemed so far away before. And then you feel as if you're on a roller coaster ride. You do. There are twists, there are turns, there's the ups, there's the downs, and you're looking at things and you're thinking, how do I move forward? How do I get to be where I want to be? What is it that I desire? And as you're looking at things more closely, you see that the twists and turns start to lead you to a 180, start to lead you to a true change within your life, a true power, a true way of claiming the destiny that you want and the place that you want to stand. So yes, there will be confusion during this time, but you're an air sign energy, Aquarius. I mean, you know your mind, you know your words. Know that you can be sharp-tongued. All air signs, I'm an air sign, all air signs can be sharp-tongued, can be, kind of straight to the point at times, especially when they get excited or when they're overwhelmed with things. It can be, you just become a little bit more blunt, more succinct, more, this is the way it has to be. But here, know that about you going into this into this Mercury retrograde, because what you're going to see is you're going to see spirit becoming an integral part of you during this time. I mean, you have the repeat of the number 10. You are completing a cycle. You're seeing things more clearly. And as you see things more clearly, you feel more empowered with yourself. And you're starting to see what it is that you truly desire, the way that you truly want to move forward. And as you do so, you have the High Priestess right here. And I always think of the High Priestess as the Oracle of Delphi. And the Oracle of Delphi, everybody all over the ancient world went to the Oracle, or most people went to the Oracle to see her predictions, to see what she had to say. And yes, you could say that this was just a woman in a cave, breathing in fumes and having a hallucinogenic reaction. Okay, that's fine. But you could also sit there and say that this was a holy place and that she was truly connected with spirit, which, both work depending on the way that you want to see it. What I'm seeing here is that the Oracle of Delphi, she often spoke in riddles. It was very hard for people to understand. Spirit is going to talk to you in what Spirit feels is a very blunt, straightforward way. It will feel like a riddle to you. And it will feel like a riddle that you're not really keen on solving during this time, because you're like, I have enough on my plate. Thank you very much. But the repeat of the number 2 here talks about communication being highly important during this time, which can be a little bit funny because you have here this sense of, communication being important, but then you have communication being turned on its ears. So being able to connect with people, being able to read, to study, to learn, to understand, to grow is going to be something that you take a lot of comfort in. Now, whether it is reading or, watching videos or, anything like that, it really doesn't matter. But there's a sense of expanding your knowledge, expanding your truth. There's also hidden wisdom coming in, hidden lessons moving you forward. And as you embrace the High Priestess, the Emperor comes in. So you have the hidden truths, you have the secrets of life, quite frankly, the secrets of the earth coming to you. And then you have the Emperor, which in the Emperor's positive form, in an Aries positive form, it's like King David in the Torah, in the Old Testament. King David was a beautifully flawed person. He wasn't perfect, and yet he strove for perfection. He strove, not for perfection, I don't like that word, he strove to be the very best self he could be, the very best him, and he strove to be the very best representation of God. So here, kind of taking religion out of it and saying, universe, you're striving to be the very best person that you can be. You're striving to connect with the universe, God, source, spirit, however you want to say it, however you see it, however it's true for you. So with this, you have to know that yes, you will fail, you will fall, you will make mistakes. Come on, David had this guy sent to death, pretty much, put it on the front lines because he wanted to marry his wife. That's not the act of somebody who has never done anything bad in his whole entire life. So here, know that yes, there are extremes within things, but you are learning, you are understanding, and you keep this conversation up with spirit, because if you see here, the Emperor is looking towards the Empress. Yes, you might say he's looking out, but I really do see this as they're looking in the same direction, but the knowledge here is so much deeper than the knowledge of the Emperor. This is also the archetypical, what word am I trying to say? The archetype of the father. So there is this strong sense of being the head of things. Even though that's an outdated way of looking at it, there is a sense of power and of truth. Now, the negative side of the Emperor is being like Nero, playing your fiddle as Rome burns. Just saying, this is what I want to do. This time is already, gone to the dogs. I don't care, and I'm just going to focus on me. Be very mindful of this, because you're going to kind of want to do it. You're going to kind of want to sit there and say, you know what, I'm done. I'm checking out. I'll just wait till this is over. Tap my shoulder on the 10th, and I'll come out of my room at that time. But until then, I'm hiding away. So don't do that. Don't do that, because you're going to miss something really beautiful. And you can even get hidden wisdom from an Emperor energy, okay, from an Aries energy. This person can also be somebody who starts to show you that there are new roads to open up. Now, this can be a person who helps you deal with a lot of the drama that you're going through, a lot of the excess information that's coming at you. But this can also be a person who brings that drama to you, and you're like, you know what, no more, I'm done. I thought I was moving away from this. Now it's seeming to come in more, and now I'm really looking at what I want, what I need. And then here comes in the King of Cups, love, joy, happiness, success. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Again, this is going to be a very emotional time. And this emotional time, you're going to be looking at the way that you want to move forward. You're going to be more sensitive. You're going to be very in tune to your emotions. And Aquarius, you're already attuned to begin with. This also is saying that, this also is showing me that this Mercury retrograde, it starts in Pisces. So as it comes in, as it brings the sensitivity, this Pisces energy is going to be very important to you. This sense of being able to go with the flow, but also swim upstream, like a salmon, being able to drink deeply of the cup of knowledge, of the cup of emotional knowledge that you have, and having this balance of the earthly world and what you spiritually want, what you spiritually desire, but also the heart and the mind coming together with the Temperance card, really seeing the way that you are planting your feet on the ground, that you are looking for what you want from life and where it is that you want to be. Again, a Sagittarian energy can play a huge part during this time. Very much so, very much leading you forward. But this fire sign energy, if the passion becomes too much, you're an air sign energy, and air feeds fire, right? And it can make the fire greater. It can also help put out the fire. So what you're going to need to do is use logic to help steady the emotions of things, to help steady what you desire and the way that you're moving forward. Because as you do so, you become a student of what you truly want, of what Spirit is truly trying to communicate with you. And you're going to find that the words of others don't have as impactful, a place in your life as they did before. You're going to find that the words of others stop echoing through your head, because some of you are playing it on loop. Especially during this time, you're going to have a very big tendency to want to play it on loop. And now you're looking at what you want and what you need from life, not what, and what Spirit wants from you and what Spirit says you need, not just what other people want, like expectations that other people have, or other people's ways of living and other people's expectation for life. Now you are simply looking forward towards your truth, your power, and what it is that you desire. All right, and this Mercury retrograde is going to be clearing out a lot of junk. It's kind of like out with the old, in with the new. And you're going to see it as a powerful time. It is going to be a very powerful time for you, Aquarius. Your subconscious message is the Six of Cups. You can be very nostalgic during this time. Childhood, looking at things, thinking of things, and thinking of conversations that were had when you were a child that really impacted you now, or when you were a teen, or, early adulthood. And you're looking at things and you're saying, okay, how is it that I move forward? Where is it that I want to be? You're also going to feel very inclined to embrace nostalgia, go on short little trips. Now, big trips not advised during this time, but short little trips to places that you loved, or, nostalgic food, things like that. They're going to be very comforting, very grounding, and very secure, very stabilizing, making you feel very secure during this time. Your subconscious, here we go. Your subconscious spirit animal card is the bee. Sweet results await. Sweetness comes, beauty comes, sweet results like honey melting on your tongue, melting on your lips and being able to lick it off. Just coming into your life in moments when you least expect it, in moments that are really quite beautiful for you. Do note that things have been dropping a little bit over here, kind of like behind the scenes. So there's going to be behind the scenes clumsiness, like behind the scenes not feeling like you have everything in order, or, just feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, that happened. So just know that during this, Spirit is saying, these things are happening for a reason. So just know that that's going to be what happens during this time, where on the outside everything looks really nice, or people only see a little bit of a stumble, but behind the scenes you might be feeling like, oh my gosh, everything's falling, and you have to just keep on moving forward. Your subconscious message for your chakra energy is rebirth. And this is, again, the Earth Star Spirit. You are going to feel reborn from this time, because there's a negativity taken off your shoulders. All right, Aquarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. I wish you a very uneventful, calm, peaceful, beautiful Mercury retrograde. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.